Okay, everybody, this is my game 3 from the Naboo Regionals um, that I went to the last weekend. This time I'm playing my Shadow Collective against Legend, and this is Kevin Jaap is my opponent. Kev's the guy who puts on the event and did a cracking job. And if you don't know already, but Kev is the guy who makes a lot of the amazing card imagery come to life. Um, with printing out stuff for the PC. And he also makes some incredible AIs that are not PC sponsored. They are just personal use, kitchen tabletop stuff. So just disclaimer there that some of the cards you will see in this game, again, are not PC sponsored, um, but they look cool. And you get a glimpse Kev's deck here in he's got very cool sleeves for a start, but I'm pretty sure all of his cards are white border and they look sick. I am definitely a white border fanboy, I think. Um, but yeah, and then see on here, I've got like 3 of these sleeves that some of the prize support that I've received from the PC, like the OCS AIs this year, have been sent out in these sleeves. It would be so cool to get a deck's worth or 2 of these sleeves, but trying to get 60 of them, I think, is going to be near on impossible. Getting 120 is going to be nuts, but you know, miracles happen. So let's see what happens over time. Anyway, let's crack on with this game against Kev. um, while we're setting up here, I had played against Kev a few months ago when I went to the Derby. Um, that was for our Naboo League tournament, one of the events, and this is the same deck that he played there, which kind of gave me a slight edge in that I knew it was a lot of characters. He uses the Jakku system and the Jakku sites, so none of the like Mars's Castle or anything like that. And yeah, I think game plan was just kind of do what I did before, really. Spread to a couple of different locations. Use obviously try and get the pings going, and then um, yeah, sorry, distracted by just watching this. I think I do show one of these cards in a second because as you see, Kev's sleeves are mint. I believe they're 2021 um, card sleeves, which look mint. I think yeah, 2021. Probably did a really poor job of showing it to the camera there, but yeah, they're really nice. I love that picture of the Inquisitor, and then just being silly. There's my Wharf, and you saw a second ago I had the Jadzia Dax for my light side shields. But yeah, going back to the game. So I know Kev, he had like a reasonable amount of kind of space and pilots in this build. So although I do play the Jabba Space Cruiser, I wasn't expecting to be able to go and hang in space um, at all, if anything. And if I did, I knew I was going to have to put a ton of guys on it. So I think I was I'm just going to give up on space pretty much from the get go. And it might look like I was cheating them, but I had the holo table was with my starting stuff, so I just chucked it in, and yeah, Kev wasn't bothered. So let's get cracking. I feel like I haven't actually said what my plan was. But yeah, it was spread, pull, choose a bounty someone, and then just try and get a beat down in and shoot lots of guys. So that was the plan. Kev, if you're watching this, I am disappointed. Where is your white border legend objective? Everything else is white. Come on, dude. You failed us. Also, throughout the day, we were given, prize support. Literally every round, I think Kev or John came round and just dropped like a pack or two on the table for everyone, and then also I got some new stuff from the PC. So I got, like, I think I showed it in game one, the Plucoon AI. So yeah, I was like swapping stuff around in between games because it just looked cooler. So you will see, I think, one or two cards maybe in this game that were different. So Point Man there, I was tempted to play it, and then I suddenly thought, no, I'm sure I've seen in Kev's build the Keep Your Eyes Open, which Legend with Keep Your Eyes Open against Shadow Collective is just a pain because they're obviously going to stop you firing your weapons when they flip their objective, and then if they do it again, you're not clearing guys or sites or anything. So I got a glimpse there. The white border card character in my hand, Asajj Ventress, is I found some cartoon drawings that were cool that I made some of my own AIs from for the Derby event, which Kev really liked. So he kind of took that idea and ran with it and made some even better ones that were printed out on some of the coolest, the silver foily paper. So I can't remember if he pulls Luke or not. I don't think he did. Which this happened to him when we played in Derby as well. He whiffed on Luke turn one, which I think when you're legend player is really annoying, because it does set you back a turn, having to spend that force to either get Luke out, or if he's at the bottom of your force pile and you're spending, your once per game force pile pull with your objective, it kind of sucks. Also, you can't see it on stream either, but the epic events that Kev made, like the one that he's got there, the Be With Me, looks amazing. Because of the new foily paper that he uses, it's so cool. I'm going to be showing my prize support and the stuff that I got during the day in another video, but I got the family epic event, and it looks mint on the new nice shiny paper, white border. So yeah, the quality, I've said it a billion times now, but the quality of the stuff we get from the PC, from essentially for free from a charity kind of thing, is awesome. It's not a charity, it's just a free organisation. Although they have done charity stuff. We did the Father's Day like fundraiser, which I believe raised over like $3,000, which I think is amazing for such a good cause as well. And the prize support that we got for doing that, the Like My Father and I Am Your Father AI images that are foily, just looks sweet. This is something I'm trying to decide on what to do with the Shadow Collective deck is, excuse me, the activation. If you're just pulling out like one site a turn, and as you can see, Kev only gave me one icon, now two. It's you've got to save force or wait like a load of turns to get a decent sort of amount of force to do anything with. So I don't know whether to put in the accelerates and the bridge as well as the hollow sight, the hollow table. There's Mr. Luke. And we see Attentive and Poe go into space. This is that thing I think Kev's obviously he's confident that I'm not going to really get him out of space, so just turn two, he's kind of set up now to come on the ground. As Lucas in Mist Hunter, it's going to kind of spoil his day, but it's what, power 8, immune nutrition less than 5, so unless I draw 2 destinies, probably not going to shift everything. And yeah, I think he's fine doing that, really. So decided to actually do these the right way around now, so that I can put my unique alien in the foyer, I think it is, or the office. I really need to learn what those are called. I know the middle one's the bar. So make Jabba and Mara Jade my Black Sun agents. I made Jabba because being a Black Sun agent and now a leader and a gangster, he fits a lot of criteria for the deck. I put Forlon with his gun with him. Give Forlon a blaster just for some forfeit. Which I think at this point in the game was pretty good, or pretty normal, because Jabba obviously gets a destiny on his own, ability 4, and then Forlon adds a destiny with him. I got 3 forfeit from the gun, cancel someone's game text. Obviously, blaster deflection would be not good, but and potentially a bad idea to have moved Maul, but again, I felt fairly comfortable, I think, with knowing what Kev's got in his deck. Pull Fanfare to then pull the Sizeless Bounty. And Kev was like, okay, what do we do now? Like, plan B. Kev likes his plan Bs. I think he usually goes to them more often than not. He very kindly asked me if I wanted to pull the shield, and I was like, no, it's cool, because I really don't want to have to be paying for drains. I've looked through, see he's got a decent amount of characters in there. Also all very cool, whiteboarded, shiny stuff. So I think this is one of those moments for light side. It's like, what do you do? He ummed and ahed about, I can't remember if he does it now anyway, actually, he was hoping that the lightsaber was in his reserve deck, and I think, obviously it wasn't, but then he used his once per game force power pull to get the lightsaber, which he didn't actually have to show me, but he was deploying it anyway. But yeah, it's he wasn't getting anything else. And we get a rose, and yeah, I think because he knew obviously he was going to get barriered, and the rest of his like decent characters were in his reserve deck. It was like, do you try and go after Maul, or just deploy Rey in front of Jabba and full arm, and potentially have like a load of characters come down on top of it next turn? So setting up just draining and retrieval was his kind of go-to plan, because he pulled battle plan, so I'm not going to pay to drain, but I'm going to ping for 2. And we also see Statora, I think, Admiral, go to the Corvette in his turn, so now he's getting 2 Battle Destinies, and Zuckuss is doing nothing. So that is a force push that I'm playing, with a comic book image, which we also got in one of the packs. The comic book stuff that Kev's made it's mint. I was asking one or two of the lads, and they all agreed that this is their like new favorite kind of AI imagery, of all the things that I've seen done. These comic book ones are cool. I think at this point, I can't remember, and we can't see annoyingly because of the camera angle, but the force push, there was like a few cards in my force pile that I could have used. It was like, do I just try and spread out more, or go for try and do some battling? So I think I pulled out a You Are Beaten on Rey, which I thought was going to get cancelled, but nope, it went through. I was very happy about that. And then time to try and put the squeeze on, I guess, in this next bit. use my objective. And so something else I can't help think as well when you see this Ray is Kev at the last event said it was sex doll Ray because she looks, well, like a doll, I guess. Anyway, so yeah, deployed first strike battle. He loses BB-8 off the top, which I was happy to see, and then he deployed Finn as a react, who does deploy for free to the same location as Ray, but I didn't think he could because Ray became inactive from battling. So we were having a bit of a discussion about it, and we ended up having to get the judges, which Kev is one of the judges as the tournament organizer, but he wasn't sure because he was like, Ray is at the location. And this kind of, it wouldn't have completely swung the game or kept sort of Kev in better shape, but it definitely would have, could have helped. He would have deployed a character who's an extra 4 power, 6 forfeit, and he goes to use power because of Rose, so, and he would have got a Destiny. So it is quite a big thing. I think we had Thomas came over, who wasn't 100% sure, and I think we even got Paul involved. And the consensus was that he can't react for free because Ray is inactive and is like no longer at the site, which I hope is the right ruling. I hope we did it the right way, but because it'd be a shame if it wasn't. I think it would have made a difference to the game for Kev, but I do think this was I do think it's the right thing to do. Your comments down below would be very helpful if anyone knows for definite what it is. Also, I've just noticed, if you are watching this, Kev, is your legend objective is white border on the back side, on the 7 side. It's black on the front and white on the back. Come on, dude. Get your stuff together. So yeah, so we decide no Finn. He puts Luke out of play. And then plays projection, reduces my battle destiny by 5, and then I use Maul to add 1 to it. But yeah, he got a very lucky 5 then. So I was 4, 8. I was 9 to his 1. So he peeled 6. Yeah. And Anakin went in that pile as well, which I was really happy to see. My objective flipped. Draw some cards. Recirculate, you lose another force, which I don't know if we did then actually. I think I might have forgot. Or we lost a second. I can handle it. Anyway. Oh yeah, so he lost second handle and then was like, I'm going to retrieve one of these cards. Uses the peak text. And yeah, I feel like I'm in a really good position at this point because anyone who comes down to Jakku, Mara is able to barrier them. The same way if he goes after Jabba. Maul's the only one I'm worried about, but um, with a lightsaber already on Rey, the only person I'm really worried about against Maul is Chewie. For him to come down and shoot. There we see Lor Santekka going back for Beaumont Kin. Play the code clearance shield. Beaumont Kin's got funny text where he can like add his power to someone else's power, I think it is. But he is hit for it, which, yeah, whatever. I undernard whether to barrier solo, which I did. And then he puts down Screaming Lando. Kind of get a nice shiny glare off Beaumont Kin there with the light. Pays to initiate a battle. Or did he? I think he thought about doing it and then maybe not. And plays It Could Be Worse for the one ping. Didn't have a lot of cards in my hand at this point, but I had decent cards. Like Dengar with Blaster Carbine. I paused for a minute then because I was wondering if he was going to barrier him, but he didn't. And then we have a Dr. Ree combo. Pay 1 to initiate battle, pay 1, retrieve 1. And then he pays 1 to get Lando's. Get Padme back, add 2 to Lando's power. Use 4 alarm to cancel Solo's game text, just in case he had like a interrupt or something to play. Dengar shot Lando. First aid combo saves his forfeit and means Dr. Evazan can't operate on him. and then I wounded warriored him, which reduces his power to 0, and he can't draw Wild Destiny. Or he can't apply his ability to draw in Destiny. And tried to shoot solo, played Sith Fury, which he grabbed. And then I thought I'd done this, that was a mistake. He had 2 guys, so he cancelled and caused a redraw. And I shouldn't have, because of Maul. I get to True Force, and I get to see what's in his hand. Rey, Finn, Primus Gang, Jedi Lev. And then Total Power. So I'm, what is it, 2, 6, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 1 with more, 19. And then that was it. GG. I think for one thing, Kev's head was a bit black because, like I said, this was game 3, but it had already felt like a really long morning. And even though he would have got a Destiny there, he would have just got the 1 for Lando. He was still down a decent amount, and he had nothing in his hand to like come back with. So I think he wanted to kind of just GG and then go and sort the rest of the day out for tournament. So yeah, that was game 3, Shadow Collective. Another win, or a win, in the books for it. And yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Any comments and thoughts on these games, videos, much appreciated. And until the next one, take care of yourselves. May the force be with you.